People be going berserko. Excellent. So very cool. Looks like we're good to go. I put a little teaser here in front of us. I'm gonna make sure it's not so loud. Turn that down. Excellent, excellent. Let's get some. Hey guys, ladies, gentlemen, tell us who you are, where you're in from. That'd be great. We got a big one for you today. Big one for you today.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to be here, Mikey. It's great.
Yeah, I thought. You got your computer working? You said you were only gonna be on your phone.
Yeah, no, I'm streaming from the phone to the computer. They say I haven't restored the internet yet since that big flood.
So that's all right. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are good.
So far, so good.
It's getting brutal. Jason, you gave your friend the link then, correct? You forwarded the link for him to join if he wants to join?
I did.
Okay. Got it.
I like the new reel you got put together, Mike. It's great.
Yeah, I tried to pull some media off of the Telegram. Stuff that I thought that these guys had dropped versus stuff that we made.
Hey, Jay, is that going to be the new validator card? Is it right there? Is that what that is?
I think everybody's.
Nice. Hey, he did jump on here.
Excellent.
Hey. Nice.
Whole house today, baby.
Very nice. Great to see you, Jake.
Good to see you guys.
Awesome,
Been a
awesome.
while, yeah.
Very cool.
Mike, this new reel you got, is that from the same guy who did your last one?
Yeah, no, this is actually a different guy. I found some guy on Fiverr that had him make me a video.
Looks great, man.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You can just send them your logo and they'll put a logo on like a lifestyle video, which is pretty cool.
Could we edit Jake driving the Ferrari and hitting a pedestrian or something fun with a lemon shirt?
Probably
basket
could.
of lemons goes flying.
Probably could. Well, hey guys, everybody, thank you so much for jumping on here today. Last minute notice, but it looks like we got a good turnout as usual, and obviously everybody catches the replay. Before we jump into the conversation, a lot of you guys know, or you should know, that Jason was in Dubai and got an award, and they had a really cool video that I want to play for you guys. Let me pop that in here real quick so you can kind of see this is very cool. Awesome. Big round of applause. That's fantastic. Jason, why don't you, if you don't mind, tell us before we jump in everything, because it's going to be fire hose time. Plus, we've got your brother on here. This is fantastic. What was the award about? How cool was it? How good did it feel to get up there, seeing the brand up there already, and just give us some input on that.
So the awards for Blockchain Visionary for 2024, and a lot of it has to do with what we're trying to do with our mission. We've got a lot of our tech that's now starting to float around, and you need to. I teased a little bit about the performance in that as a blockchain and what's actually coming, and it's not so much just about the tech. It's about the vision. It's about the Web 2 to Web 3 interfaces and changing the world. If we can basically get everybody to a point where if you can log into the internet, you can actually join crypto, that is the mission. We're trying to basically get that out to billions of people. So it's visionary work for 2024 in blockchain, and I was very honored to get it. This is actually an award for changing jurisdictions. So this was an Indo award, so it's basically for India and the Emirates. For the Arab culture, because of how much we're doing not only in India, but also what we're doing here in the Emirates and in the Gulf in general. So very honored. Didn't see it coming, and I was very. I showed what we're doing out to enough people for other reasons, and nominated and got it. So I couldn't be more blessed and very humbled by it.
That's awesome. Well, congrats. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole community gave you a big round of applause inside here as we saw that coming. So, all right, Terry Tiller, I'm going to hand the ball over to you, the football. And we just got Jake on here, too. This is fantastic. So,
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, I've been trying a while to get him back on here.
Yeah, I was trying to get Jake last week. I gave him a little harassment. So awesome to have you back, Jake. We always love hearing from you, man. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in your world these days.
Well, as you guys know, Jason's been, over in Dubai now for the better part of the year, working on everything Lemon, and I've been trying to just hold down the fort, back home. And, we're running 1,000,000 miles an hour, and sometimes we're running in different directions, which is kind of an interesting dynamic for Jason and myself, who have worked together for over a decade, interlinked. And it's been interesting. It's been fun. It's been exciting. And it's been challenging in a lot of ways. And so I'm grateful that I can lend my support and just help out where I can and help make this thing what, Jason has envisioned it to be. So I'm just very excited to be a part.
Awesome. Very cool. Jason, what are the first things you want to kick off for today?
So one of the things that I want to, kind of point out is everybody likes to run 100 miles an hour with me. And I want to kind of lay things down, guys. We have a lot of things coming. And I know when I say it, everybody's like, oh, what's that going to be like tomorrow or the next day or whatever? Guys, I've laid a roadmap out. I mean, the roadmap actually has been published for a while. And I think it's something that, Terry, if you actually have it, you can probably go ahead and throw it up, and we can kind of walk through. I'm actually check marking it pretty clearly, step by step, all the way through. And I'll tell you where we're at right now. We're to the marketing campaign. This is where we have to build the infrastructure and the mass. Is
that it right there?
Yep, it's mass media. Okay. So look, we've done the vision. Everybody knows it. We've got the DAP up. We've got light papers out. We've got all the rewards distributing. We've announced some of our partners, not all of them, but we've announced some of them. We've got the tokens and that on the decks. We're going to exchanges in that after the mass media. So mass media, what it really takes is we need to do some housekeeping. We need to get the website up to a point where people can understand that it's not part of the community, not part of anything we've done in the past, and really get their heads wrapped around the game that we are playing and why we're playing it and why it's a game. And I'm going to let Jake talk a little bit about the methodology behind it and what that really means. But before we go there, I'm going to talk about the media. So Instagram, Twitter, they are going up. We've got a whole team right now. As you guys all know, we've basically done this on a shoestring budget. We've done this on a rapid time table. We've done this with a lot of volunteers. Well, that's now gone as of August 1st. We're bringing on a ton of people. We're doing a lot of trainings and getting people up to speed. The whole media side right now is going to have the next 3 weeks worth of posts pre-approved, get the artwork situated, so we are ready to start dropping these out and getting more organized for not only the rollout of the tech, but also the rollout of some of the announcements and the projects and that are coming. The idea is you guys will be able to go onto the DApp. You can hit the dashboard on the DApp, go into a website that, although we are talking about a lot of things, you guys will actually see what I'm working on, and it'll have coming soon directly on it. You won't have all the details for it, but you guys will see the list. I've joked several times, guys. We have it's around 80 right now projects that are in the pipe. You guys are going to be able to see these. You won't have all the details. You're going to see this. Oh, then you can guess what potentially that could be. Oh, okay. The name on that one probably kind of gives it away. Some of them will be LEM projects. Some of them will not be. A lot of them actually are not. They're going to be independent L2 projects. And so kind of going through here, you guys can kind of start playing the game with me. You can see all the things we're talking about on a day in and day out basis. And then as they get closer, you'll see the light papers pop up. We're going to keep our commitments. We're going to make sure those things are up for 7 days before going out and getting them to launch for distribution. In fact, I think it's 3 days for papers and after that for people to make their decisions and come in. We are working right now on a few technicals. I threw out an offer to the other side about a new game piece. It'd be the Lemon Crate. We have worked with our dev teams. We figured out we can go ahead and make this work on our side and get creative with it, which will basically be the Gen 1 V-Boxes. We will never sell a Lemon Crate. It's something that if you have a V-Box, I just give you value back, because either you can convert it to a Lemon Crate yourself, you can go on to a third-party exchange and sell your V-Box where it's at, or you can convert it to a Lemon Crate and you can sell your Lemon Crate, you can give it away, but at least it gives value for someone. That will mean unlimited minting capabilities, minting capabilities. You just have to stake 1 LemX. If you stake 10 LemX, that is 10 licenses at every single project. So you have 10 NFTs for every single project you want, just for posting up a one-time 1 year stake for LemX. We are going forward if that is the plan. Everything on that side seems very comfortable with it. They like this idea in general. We've got to work on some of the nuances of the transition between what's currently staked, how to get it unstaked, how to get people back to getting some freedom. But this is how this community is working. It's all about community interaction and then coming up with new fun things that we can kind of play with and run with. So new game pieces, as we come up, guys, you will have more and more. We have about 10 different items that will be dropping randomly throughout the deck with, yes, multipliers. I got a ton of questions on that, and I'm going to go ahead and answer it right now, okay? We are mandate moving forward. Jake has been working on a new rule list. So if you get a multiplier, you actually have to go post it on social media in order to redeem it. You can't stay hidden in the corners anymore. You need to get those out. You need to be able to show everybody what you have gotten. You will post it up, and you'll deliver that multiplier back to a wallet, and that wallet then will reshuffle the deck, put it back into another project, and let it go back out for the same process to happen again. Jake's been working hard. Do you want to kind of walk through some of the other things you've been working on, Jake?
Yeah, some of the things that we've been trying to incorporate is this gamification aspect, and you've heard Jason, really lean into that over the course of the last couple of weeks. What we've done in studying kind of the analytics of different projects that are out there, as well as other models. And it's very interesting because what we're doing here has never been done before. And there's never been a free model in blockchain ever. So it almost plays with people a little bit. There's this hoarding mentality that happens with people when there's, something at stake, versus we need to get people to really have that, mentality of share. Everybody will send links to, the latest, Farmville or Candy Crush on their phone, because it's addicting. It's fun. They get some entertainment value from it, as well as other things. And so we're going to incorporate a lot of those types of triggers within the new app that's coming out, and well as just our philosophy in general. So there's going to be kind of actionable items. Think of it like the things that everybody here is doing already, but minting NFTs, sharing NFTs, trading, swapping tokens, all of that will start to develop little point systems where we can compete with one another over a marketplace and the social media apps that are coming soon, that will create this kind of synergistic alliance between both gaming and what we're doing over here in Web3. It's really kind of what we see is a bridge to comfortably bring people into this world of blockchain that they haven't been exposed to before in a way that's productive. There's going to be education out there for it, but it also is just fun. And that's why Jason's been leaning on that so hard is, look, it's a free NFT. It's fun. Treat it that way. He stresses a lot. We didn't design this to be an investment opportunity, that's meant for the, 1% that has exposable income to invest. That's not what this is all about. This is about creating something that we can take to the masses. It's about something that we can take to the populations of these up and coming countries or developing countries and really tap into a user base that has been untapped in Web3 so far. And so in order to do that, we're going to have to appeal to them in a different way. And I think we've got a pretty good, a system to do that. So it's going to be really fun to see that roll out.
Wow.
And I'm kind of pick up on that just a little bit. Now, I don't want to discount the opportunity here. Okay. We just know that human interaction with the life of abundance, I've been living it for quite some time, but what you have to understand, you have to break the mechanism of society. And what we have found is if you look at the average population, they don't really think about investment opportunities. They don't really think about what I could do or what I can't do. And when you have a free model, it actually breaks down the wall because most people are looking for tomorrow. Most people are looking for their next check on Friday. They're too short-sighted, not because of they don't want to have a bigger vision. It's they are looking to survive. It's really that survival mentality of trying to get to the next level. And when you can come in with something that will really help them, if they can just play along and enjoy, yes, there'll be plenty of people that like to break the system and get 20,000 NFTs. Yes, we're going to have that. But the reality is when we start getting into the millions and hundreds of millions of people around the world, we're not talking about people who can even go out there and get 10 or 15 of these. This is going to be, they're going to get 1 or 2 of these and then play the game along at their own pace and their own level. And that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to parts of the world where a free NFT that even gets to an activity level where they can go share, like, post and make $1 a day. Mm-hmm. That activity of that $1 a day will change their lives forever. And, I don't want to take for granted the individuals that have gotten us here that have a lot more than that. But when you're looking at Indonesia, you're looking at parts of Africa, you're looking at some of these other countries that we're getting into, guys, even Latin America, this is life-changing money. Jake and I spent a lot of time in West Africa, as most of you guys know. In Ghana, an experienced excavator driver was making $130 a month. That's what we were paying if they were licensed. Most of the hands and the work horses were making close to $60 a month. They have 5 people living in a hut. Those 5 people having cell phones, they already have them. Ironically, they have cell phones, but they live in a hut. So if we can get them to interact and play a game and make $1 a day, they're actually making more money than a licensed 5-6 year experienced excavator driver in one of the large mines. And it's healthier, it's more eco-friendly, and you can basically make a lot more capital by just doing it in interactions, just having fun. So when I talk about gaming, I'm really talking about bringing on the masses because I want this to be more fun. I want this to be more light. And part of making it free means we can have more fun and gamify it a lot more. When you're dealing with a $5,000 NFT, we are struggling with definitely more of a base that I can't get worldwide. We have an opportunity here to change the lives of billions. And I think if we just grab it and run with it and share, it is something that we will be able to do. It's my vision. And we have a different model with Mega Lemon that will support all of this. And everybody's kind of wondering, well, how can you afford to do this? How do you afford this? How do you afford this? Guys, trust me, that problem is solved. You get major infrastructure spending with Mega Lemon. This whole thing is taken care of very easily. We have large donors with cell phones. We got large donors with some of these other projects. We've got grants going out to the L2 projects. This is something that is all self-sufficient in an ecosystem that is fully decentralized. And that is what's fun. And when you kind of take a step back and realize it's a game, you can actually take a minute and say, oh, that dot connected to this one. I think Terry was talking about connecting the dots today on Telegram. I said, well, I think I'm playing 5-level chess over here. But yes, if you can just connect the dots and see where I'm going, then you will see a much bigger picture than you today. And tomorrow, when I showed you a little bit more, I'll show you a little bit more of the picture, you're going to say, oh, I understand that a little bit better. Jake may come on here and show you a couple more pieces. You guys have to look at it from about a 2 to 3 inch view. Go look at a piece of paper when you write a long sentence and then you put it up right next to your face. You see a word or two. We're focusing out in a much bigger time span and a lot bigger horizon of what this can do for the world. And I think that's where our mindsets are. And there's nothing like it. I will tell you, this is the biggest thing in blockchain, and I'm not the only one seeing it. We are starting to see major names that are coming aboard saying, wow, this has just never been done. Is it possible? Well, mathematically it is. Is it likely that we're going to get adoption? Yeah, actually, I can tell you that doesn't seem to be the problem. And we just have to make it fun and light. If it's too serious, then you understand you're going to scare people away that have never been in the space before. So am I playing, down on the opportunity for people to go get 100 or 200 FTs? Kind of. But the reality is you're going to do what you want to do. I've already proven that. I tried to say one per wallet per day, and trust me, everybody's broken that rule. So, but you guys are playing your own game. It's what works for you. That won't work for the masses. And I congratulate everybody that's learning how to get little tricks and cheats in the game and play around. This is part of the fun. But everybody has a strategy, and at the end of the day, it's about winning. It's about winning for you, not what it sounds like to me, not what it sounds like to Jake, not what it sounds like to Terry or Mike. So what it's going to be winning for you. What are you trying to accomplish? What can you do? How can you play? How can you share this with others in order for everybody to win? And I hope that's what we are really putting out there in our mission statement and what we're trying to do from a launchpad.
Loving it.
That's a lot of info right there.
It's just great to see people who have a vision for changing the world instead of just changing something for themselves or for a smaller ecosystem. So I love the way you're gamifying it. Jake, did you want to jump in on some more of the gamifying stuff?
Only just to echo what Jason was saying. Again, in order to create the mass adoption, you have to create something that's very duplicatable. And in my experience, simplicity duplicates, complexity stalls. And so unfortunately, the world of blockchain and trading and working with Bitcoin and Ethereum and trying to go over, it can get very, very overburdensome to somebody that hasn't been exposed to these different things. And so we just want to create an entry level where people can get their feet wet in something that is fun. They can get educated. They can play around. And in all honesty, they can even take that and use it in other areas of their life. So it's going to be really good.
That's awesome.
Jason, speaking of games and stuff, you posted something about LEM games coming up soon. Did you want to kind of talk about the differences between Lotto games, the Players Club, that kind of stuff, and what kind of time horizons we're looking at?
Yeah, so bottom line, we have Lemon Club. Lemon Club is basically going to be a brand on top. Then underneath that, it's not a token, by the way, so it's not a project. Lemon Club is going to be basically a gateway into Lem Lotto, Lem Games, Lem Sports. Lem Games was an argument back, I shouldn't say argument, is a good discussion back and forth, whether it's Lem Casino or Lem Games. We're trying to make it fun and light, not so much, gambling your life away. Play the games, enjoy them. There are royalties involved, so there is monetary on some of the games to make it more fun. It's not available in all jurisdictions, but again, it's light, it's fun, and guys, it's roulette, it's blackjack. There's a lot of other fun lemon games that are actually being created that are directly lemon related in the games as well. And we're going to have fun with it. So you're going to have 3 basic categories in the Lemon Club. You're going to have Lotto. Lotto will have Raffle and Lotto. Raffle is going to be for exotic cars, vacations, and some good fun stuff. Lotto, guys, we've already been through that, and I think it's being massive. And I hate to say it, but the auto purchase every day or every week, I think will be the biggest thing that everybody will kind of turn on, set it, forget it, and just have a good time watching the good time roll. In the Lem games, it's a casino. It's out there. You're playing blackjack, you're playing roulette, you're playing craps. You're going to go out there and play some of the other fun games that we've put together for Lemon. And I think this is something that will be fun and entertaining. That is a separate project. Then you have Lem Sports. Guys, around the world, there are billions of dollars every single year on sports wagering. And in some jurisdictions, it's perfectly legal. In others, it's not. But understand that whether you're playing for $5 here, $100 here, or your lunch money, for goodness sakes, or an energy drink, it's more fun to watch the game if you have something invested. That's just how I feel. And so when I watch games, I like to have, $100 here or there to make sure that we're wagering with our friends, or, everybody has their pick six, or everybody has their March Madness brackets. It's just part of the fun and entertainment of making sports a little bit more fun and lively. That's what we want. We want more of a fun, vibrant way to just monetize the base. And these are things that everybody uses. So if we're monetizing you in ways that are a activity that you're choosing versus you have to monetize someone to come in to begin with, you don't actually have to play any of these games. You can sit back and play your own game, which is just minting an NFT and walking away. That's your game. Or you can sit there and say, look, I love Lemflix. I have an NFT in Lemflix. You know what? I've got 10, 15 people that are already on Netflix or Amazon Prime. I'd like to go share this so the royalties get higher. That's the game. So are you going to be a game of sharing, or are you going to be a game of sitting? And I believe if we actually do our job correctly and make this a gamification, it's going to be the easiest thing in the world to go say, hey, Jake, you already pay for Netflix. You're paying like $14, $18 a month by the time you get all your TVs on. Why don't you pay $5.99 and go out here and get more packages, more stuff? And by the way, there's actually Netflix stuff on here and Amazon Prime stuff on here. So I will tell you, you're actually getting a lot of content in here. And if you enjoy sports, you've got almost all the sports worldwide. You can actually jump in here and get those without subscriptions. So understand this type of thing is fun. Would you drop $5.99? Well, yes, my dad would like this too. This is something you can share. That is part of the game we're putting together here. It's an activity that we're basically trying to have you share the services and share the products, and you are getting rewarded for it by having more royalties come into the project that you own the NFT in. Now, does the company benefit? Guys, we don't have a token. This is your game to play. We have our own game to play. We have Mega Lemon. Our game is a much bigger above the line game of basically saying we are going to go ahead and make sure that the core utility and the core functionality of the chain is the biggest thing in the world. We are trying to make sure that we have the massive adoption into Web3 so that we can get people into other projects that aren't free, candidly. But those will be on specific regions and jurisdictions that allow that type of activity. There are a lot of activities that happen in Web3 that are not allowed all around the world. But free is free and free is fun. And everybody can use a service like Lemflix. Everybody can use a service like LemPay. LemPay, I don't care if you have a salon, if you have a lawn cutting business, if you have a little small bakery. LemPay is nothing more than Stripe put together with a crypto twist to it. It's nothing more than PayPal with a crypto twist to it. It's nothing more than Cash App, except for it's more business savvy. You can send invoices out. It's a simple QR code scan. You can integrate this directly with API to get your online web service. This is what everybody needs, and it's a one-stop shop. That'll probably be the largest share in our ecosystem. I hope it is, because it's actually a functional part of what we're laying the groundwork for Lemon Bank. Now, what does Lemon Bank do for everybody? It's a game, guys. Collect rewards, earn your rewards, maximize your rewards, leverage your rewards so you don't have to sell them. So, this is the biggest part, is if you actually game and where we're heading, if we build enough value in the rewards by sharing, playing, winning, sharing, playing, winning, acquiring, sharing, playing, winning, acquiring. At the end of the day, bank them. Go borrow against them. Now you're changing your world and your life in a much more fun, dynamic way. And all you did was play a game to do it.
Jason, when you talk about getting leverage against the rewards, like on the bank side of it, what's an ETA for something like that? I'm guessing LemX is first and the others will come down the road, but any kind of rough ETAs on that?
Rough ETAs. We're actually trying for October for LemX for the Treasury. That's why the Treasury is not all getting locked. Once we get that done and situated, understand that the next side of that is you have to wait until the tokens stop distributing. LemX is a little bit different because it's a utility token on everything. But let's take Lemflix, for instance. Okay. When you have Lemflix and it's out there, once that token stops diluting and it stops coming into the world by more distribution. So the NFTs basically are dead. The game has been played. Once that game has been played, the game is just starting. Now it's about acquiring. And I hope you acquired enough when it was free, because now if you want to acquire it, you're going to have to pay for it. And you'll do it through the secondary, thirdary market. You're not going to do it from us. These tokens are going to be held by the NFT holders. You have to go out there on exchanges and get them. But now the bank knows that that asset is going to always be diminishing. It's kind of that point where the supply is now dead. So if they take that asset in on deposit and this asset now sits there for a year, when it comes back out, there's less of it. So understand that it's always going to have the supply shrinking, even while that was on deposit, because other people are trading it around, other people are moving it, and there's not a dilution anymore. This is where the benefit comes from all the L2s. This is why the banks are going to start looking at it and saying, great. So the answer is we don't have a direct date, but I can tell you that process is going to start in October. And our feeling is once we show them that it works with LemX, it's going to go to all of them, and it won't just go in order of the project. It's going to go in order based off of the dilution schedule of the actual projects themselves, and when those projects came to market, and when the EGI pools turn to zero. That zero level is going to be where the banks sit back and say, especially Lemon Bank, it's going to sit back and say, "Yep, that's an asset we want now."
I totally see that. That's fantastic. Yeah, damn, that's exciting. Jake, on the Lemon Club side, are you guys envisioning it being kind of like just a landing page where people can go click on the various products and services, or is that going to be kind of like a social media platform where people kind of dialogue and the like?
It's going to start off as just a service, much like what you see out there in that arena. But we're always going to evolve it to incorporate more of that social media aspect, to partner with the other, which Catfiz and some of the other things that are coming. Because again, what we're trying to do is build, not just products, but an ecosystem where everything is kind of tied and benefiting each other. When Jason talks about, all things lemon, what we're saying is here's a core group of basket of projects, so that we don't have to change anybody's habits. We don't have to change anybody's, look, if you don't play blackjack online, then don't play blackjack online. That's fine. If you watch movies, then watch movies through yourself. I mean, it makes more sense that way. And so the products that are going to be coming out, especially in the, right after L1 launches and kind of the first, I would guess, core group of products that get launched to market, are all going to be meeting some sort of service need that typically we have found is a big part of people's lives. So we're going to go after the big industries first, and then we'll kind of do the one-off fun stuff after that. But we really envision this thing being a global brand of pretty soon it's going to be like, hey, are you lemon? I'm lemon. Like, are you lemoning today? Are you doing, like, we really want to create that mindset within people where lemon can kind of the services behind it can really help people in their day-to-day lives.
So once you're in the Lem economy, you stay in the Lem economy. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely building it for the L2 projects. We're going to be another fruit that once you get there, it's very, very hard to get out. But it's also more fun here, and you're actually earning for it instead of paying for it. But I'm part of that club. I have a phone that's all tied to an ecosystem. I have a laptop that's all tied to an ecosystem. I have an iPad that's all tied to an ecosystem. And getting off that ecosystem is not easy. And nor do you really want to, because it's all integrated. The whole idea is, Lemon is trying to become an ecosystem inside blockchain that instead of trying to fight us, we actually want people to come in and join. And we are building products that fit that category. But better yet, we can get into the tech. I dropped some bombs this morning. And if you actually have any idea of what blockchain works and does and how it functions, there are several chains. There's a lot of tech out there. And Terry's one that he's kind of a nerd like I am. He likes to dive into about everything. He likes to dig through it. He likes to kind of see how things work. This is an EVM chain that is breaking all parameters of EVM. EVM, for people that don't understand, is Ethereum virtual machine. So it's all basically coming off of a pure code of Ethereum, and you're changing it around because you want to have the EVM. As much as I'd like to get off EVM, EVM has a lot of benefits for adoption, for wallet tech, for conversions with stable coins, for exchange adoption, for integrations, smart contracts. All of it has huge benefits. The problem is, you do tend to bog it down with large transactional speeds. The technology we're running breaks that theory. And what it actually does is, the more transactions and the larger you actually get, you actually can speed everything up by adding the validators and the infrastructure and that through. And it's something that I think when Terry kind of sees the white paper, and he's actually seen a little bit about what we're doing, the speeds we're running at right now are 3,000 transactions per second. Right now, the closest to us, I believe, is Solana at 1,000 and change. I think Binance is around 840 transactions a second. And I can tell you, we break it all the time. I will tell you that when we go in for a large mint day, everybody sees those errors. Everybody sees the transactions failing. Everybody says, I lost gas. We are breaking Binance right now because of our ecosystem and our network. I don't see that happening on our own chain. And as we start growing, those will throw up flags, and that'll basically say, great, we need more validators. Great, this is how we organically grow. This is how the validators can get to a point where you automatically grow. And everybody's in it together. Everybody's in it in a way that it's not you against me. It's not me doing something for you. In the chat, I hear all the time, what are you going to do for me today? I'm not going to do anything today. I'm going to give you a project. What are you going to do for yourself? Because it's your project. I launched it, you're right, and I got it to that point, and then I set it free to you. But this is where the gamification of sharing, using, and suggesting, and going back again and taking responsibility for it is very important. And I think when you look at the tech and you look at what we have to offer with the grants coming through for L2s, and with the speed that we're able to process, the adoption here is going to be overwhelming. I believe XRP is running at about 14 or 1,500 transactions a second, and they are honestly one of the fastest right now in the market. We are 200% faster. When you look at a lot of the other blockchains, guys, we are so far beyond Ethereum. They're in the double digits for a lot of these larger chains. So understand what we are doing is so far beyond excuse me, anything that is currently on the market. This is how we're getting mass adoption. It solves a major problem with real world assets. When you're dealing with RWAs, there is a lot of processing power because there's a lot of transactions. You're dealing with physical activity with, even if you fractionalize a hotel, you're dealing with NFT holders that have to get distribution. You have to deal with the fractional ownership. You have to deal with all those payments. You have to deal with the subcategories of them. It's not like you just sent a Bitcoin from Jake to myself. There's a lot more that goes with it. There's a lot more smart contract that has to interact with. That bogs chains down. And the beauty of this is, in testnet, we were actually able to achieve 300,000 transactions per second. So understand that as we get bigger and as we start growing, theoretically, we actually just keep growing. And so it's something that will solve the RWA problem in the world, especially when you have BlackRock and Citi and JP Morgan Chase and Merrill Lynch saying that we have 17 trillion, 50 trillion, and larger numbers coming in the next wave of tokenization. They have to go to something that works. It won't work on Ethereum. It will not work on a lot of the other chains. It will bog them down to nothing land. So can we be a competitor in that space? Yes, absolutely we can. And that tech right now is where we are basically leaning towards showing that off with Mega Lemon and the institutional projects and the large mega projects, infrastructure projects. Because by the time we kind of get through that testing of several underwriting and getting through banks, getting these things off and going, and they all have to go through LEMX, all of them. This is where you get the drive of going to mass adoption, is when you can pull off a few of those seamlessly. Then you get every institution in the world saying, why am I going to mess around with anything else? We are here. It's the right. I think Shabir mentioned it, and he said, look, he's been in here a long time, just like I have. There's never been a better time to be here. The time is now. It really is. The adoption is here. Everybody sees it. Do you? Because it's here.
Well, speaking of test nets and tech and all that stuff, validators seem like the next logical conversation. I know Jake's itching to get his validator live. I know I'm itching to get mine. Healy's ready to get his going. What's the test net plan?
Let's talk about the roadmap, and let's talk about the roadmap in August. Let me actually let's stretch into a very, very narrow stretch. Okay, in the month of August, we're going to go from testnet to live. So you're in the next week going to start getting the testnet in that up running to actually pin up the live chain. You will start seeing a lot more communications in that coming in from customer service. You're going to be asked to start hosting these and getting this up either through your own hardware or through a white glove service. I don't care how you do it. I don't care who you use. I need you to get them up. And this is going to be a word of caution. I'm going to have everybody go through the white paper and that is coming. And I don't like to say it's coming in the month of August. Okay. One of the caveats is you must keep your validator on. If your validator goes down for 7 days, you are forfeiting your validator. It is a very, very, very big penalty from the chain. So what I would suggest is making sure whatever service you're using, whatever software you're using, if you're not comfortable in Web3, please do not try and do this on hardware in your house day one if this is your first hosting experience. Okay, use a white glove service. There will be a point in time, get your own hardware, put it up. You guys will have the education and do it. At this point in time, I'm going to say use the expertise of others so that we can get this thing up and running. Now, that is going to be here in the next week. After that, you're going to see a major launch of a new website. The new website will basically come out. It'll show all of the nitty and gritty. It's going to show you how the L2 projects can come on in a decentralized, permissionless way. Then you're going to see another way for them to come in a more traditional sense, using our own tokenomics, using everything that's coming over here, and you'll apply for a grant if you're using our tokenomics, our methodology, and coming through on the right leg. You don't have to. You can come over and use the left leg. You can have all your own smart contracts. You can go just like Binance, just like Ethereum. You can go do whatever you want. You're not getting a grant, but you can definitely go do whatever you would like. But if you want to basically come in here and follow the tokenomics that we're laying out here that we have proven to be successful, follow the rules, put the X amount of liquidity into liquidity wallet up front that runs smoothly as it's all been laid out, you will actually get a grant for doing so. And so I think this here is the fun part. It is a permissionless, and it gives you the ability to be decentralized because you have all the validators, and it gives you the ability to make a choice. And one way is going to give you a little bit of assistance. I will tell you the tech you're going to get from going and taking the red pill and following this rabbit hole with us is going to be massive. You'll get a white label wallet app. You'll be able to get a little bit of grant money. You'll be able to have seamless, probably 2 or 3 templates to get on board with. Guys, I spent over $1 million developing out a debt before we were able to launch, one project on it. This is massive tech that we're basically giving away to get people on in taking the red pill and going down that way. You can do it all yourself and take the left. And I encourage everybody to basically make that decision. So that will be up to everybody can see how that works. A lot of technical papers about the chain. You can actually go through it at that point in time. I got asked today about what open source of the code. Guys, you can go through the code and how we're actually doing the algorithms, what madness we're basically doing in order to make sure it's secure, it's fast, and more importantly, it's decentralized. It is something that is out there in the world, and it's not something that is owned by one person. It's owned by the 500 validators that I'm hoping to have done by tomorrow. And so that goes up. The last week of August is going to be the time that we are going to make an announcement out about migration. And we're not going to migrate in August. That'll be September. But this means the chain is up, the validators are there, and the validators are ready for your transactions. Because now what happens is you have to migrate off of Binance and now come to the new chain, which means you have transactions for every validator that's why we want 500. That's why we want them there. That's why we want the bandwidth. And you guys will all be taken care of by all the transactions of getting your current NFTs unstaked, taken to the bridge, moving them to the new chain, and restaking them. So the validators will be there to make sure those transactions happen on Lemon Chain, and then everything coming off of Binance, you will no longer have anything over there. They'll be burned and out. That pretty much is our month of August for everything that is currently Lemon. There is another caveat. We have 4 projects, and I get asked about them daily. We have a vote. I feel it's more important to make sure we get mass awareness of what is happening. We are trying to get the parties together to make sure that an email goes out to everybody that has these projects so that they know to look and they know to come out here and say, okay, look, I've got an asset. I may have not looked at it for a little bit. How do I vote? We have a great way to vote. We have a great way to get things situated. I don't care if your NFT is staked. I don't care if it's unstaked. If it's in your wallet today when you vote or when you do vote in the month of August, then your vote will count to what's happening. I feel with some of the other things that were in the process, we do have some now swaps happening the other way that I'm happy for. I've got no problems with. I think it's actually good for everybody to make that decision on both fronts, not just here. And I believe that'll probably be the first 2.5 to 3 weeks of August. And then whatever's left is left, and we'll have to leave a door open for them at a later point in time. But we're off to the races in Lemon, and they're off to the races on their project, and we've gone our ways. That is a big month, everybody. Now, did I also mention we have 2 more projects dropping in the month of August, because that would basically be insanity, and we are doing that as well. So I hope the Lemon crate gets here, because we've got a lot of fun things popping down the line and some other things. But we have so many backed up right now, guys. I've got to put a couple more out. And so Jake and I have been working to try to push everybody off until September. I've been successful with a lot of them, not all of them. And so we are going to have at least 2 more pop in the month of August. As we kind of work through all this. I would love to do them all on the new chain, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have that blessing. So good news is, guys, there's fun stuff coming, and you may actually see something sooner than you think. And again, we'll see light papers first. Then you will see the transaction of 72 hours of light paper. Then you'll see 7 days of being able to make the decision, mint them if you'd like to mint them. If you don't want to mint them, that's great. One of them is gamification, and it is monetary gambling. So understand, if that does not go correct for you for any reason, please do not mint the NFT. The other one is not. It's another fun one. It's a social media. Catfiz is here, and we are going to push it out and let it go. So you have Catfiz and you have Lemon Games. I guess I just announced it. That's what's going to be popping out Monday. Those light papers will be available. And then from then on, you can kind of see the schedule that the following week you're going to be able to start minting these.
And since Jason just leaked that out, let me just say, if we go back to the roadmap, one of the things that's so exciting for us is the release of Catfiz, because that really plays into the marketing campaigns that are being designed behind the scenes. Obviously, a lot of people out there have started to dive into our partner Shavir and what he brings to the table. But we need something that he can drive eyes to. And so we've been working hard behind the scenes to get these websites up and ready, so that when that traffic is driven, it's driven to a location that we can get conversion. And so Catfiz is going to be a large part of that. We're very excited about it, and hope you guys are too.
Jake, any time horizons on when Catfiz would be something that we would see on the user side, and also the website you guys have been talking about? Is there an estimated date for when the website would hopefully go live?
I think the website will go live sometime in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully sooner. Jason's been over there with Catfiz, so he probably has better up-to-date, info on that.
We're going to go ahead and let V2 go out. It's actually ready. It's a functional app today. We're actually going to let V2 go out, and there'll be an upgrade button, but we're trying to get the adoption of everybody on it. It works. It's functions. It's a fantastic messaging app right now. There's a lot of functions that come with the shopification, travel, and all types of things that will start dripping out of it. It's all in one. I'll call it the super app. This thing is really going to take place of every social media app and a secure messenger all in one. And so we're going to let V2 go out and have everybody start running through, because it's about the messaging. For us, we need to get the community to start talking together. We need to get the ability to get the word out for individuals about what Lemon is. There's a lot of people right now, even in the validator space, that are looking for a secure end-to-end encrypted device that they can have those types of communications. Catfiz is that solution. It is the most technologically sound encrypted end-to-end mobile messenger on the market. I will tell you that it is something that I would use as something everybody should use for that reason alone. But the other functionalities are going to be impossible to deny once you basically are putting in now Instagram. You have Reels in that from TikTok. You've got Messenger. You've got shopping and instant notification checkouts. You've got LemPay physically in it for all your checkout payments. You've got LemPay put in there for touch service to basically touch for your wallet. You've got the ability to send encrypted chats and or videos that do not actually go onto your phone. They stay on the cloud, so you don't take up any storage device. Guys, this thing is what everybody needs in the world today, and it's all in one place. And so getting adoption of that's going to be very big. So we're going to go ahead and launch the free NFTs, get everybody excited about that. This is an item I want you to share. This is an item I want people to use. This is an item that, again, it's free, for goodness sakes. This is a free item on a free item. We are monetizing in different ways. So let's go ahead and get this app on as many phones as possible. We have a large contract with Indonesia, and I will tell you, I've announced that one already. So I let it go out, but I will tell you, we actually have it with a couple other countries. It has to be hard downloaded on the phone even to enter the country. So understand this is how the adoption is going to go so quick. It's also pressing us to get this thing out as soon as possible. So so that being said, we will pick up tens of millions of users almost instantaneously once we get this thing out. So it has to go out. The time is now. Monday we'll start that process, and that will start in fourth quarter. Which, guys, that's just a hop, skip, and a jump from now. It's actually not that far away. That is October 1st, in case anybody doesn't know a calendar, and that is literally a spitting distance from today, the way that things are running and how fast things are moving. So we need to get the mass adoption out there. The mass adoption is now here. We need to get the product out so that you guys can get the mass adoption for it, and that's why we need to get it out.
So V2 coming soon, V3, the V3 being the super app, everyone, for this. So that's exciting. Healy, I saw you almost fell off your chair there, so chime in.
Well, I mean, Catfiz is going to be an L2, right? That it's going to be labeled as an L2, right? So I'll be able to go in and mint that NFT if I do it quick. Right. Probably had to speed that up. Hurry up with them V-Bucks.
The fun thing about that, guys, Shabir is actually a partner in that project as well, and so that is one he has a drive to push. And I think this is a way for his influencers to have something. There's a lot of people in the space that need to have communications, and they need to have copyright stuff that you can pass on to people. The coolest thing is when you send something like in WhatsApp, for instance, it goes in my my photo roll or it goes in my documents instantaneously. The problem with that is I can then share it without getting permission. But right now with Catfiz, the best part is I can actually send Mike or Terry something. If they try to download it, it won't download. It won't let them share it unless I give them permission to. Now you can imagine all the places in the world that type of technology is needed, but this is where you can think about 9 other uses for this app in a space that privacy is key. So you don't want to have stuff that just goes here, there, and everywhere. You cannot screen record. Now, you can obviously take another phone and take a picture of anything in the world, but understand that at the end of the day, this is trying to secure everything to a point where you can't share it unless I give you a key to share it. You can't download it unless I give you a key to download it. You physically will have it on your device only when that key is done. Otherwise, it stays in a place that I can revoke it and bring it back. And so I think this is going to be the way of the future for tech, and this is going to be the way of the future for messaging.
I'm blown away because the fact that Catfiz is already built, like it's ready to roll, and he already has massive amount of influencers on the books ready for the adoption of this thing, paired with Lemon. I mean,
this was technology that was $100 million was spent on this technology, guys. This is not. This
gosh,
$100 million. It's on the internet. You can actually look at it. It's literally $100 million was spent on this tech to get it in the first place. So under that has been donated to Lemon to run and start building the platform on for the V3 of it. And so the way it is right now, the way it sits right now in V2, that is $100 million in IP that is physically going live on an L2. Day one, it is there.
Jeez.
And LemPay is going to be integrated right away on V3, correct?
Yes.
That's
yes.
awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And all that shopping stuff. I mean, Jason, those products got to move somehow.
Yes. Film Center, all kinds of big names. I need LemPay out. Terry, I know what you're saying. I need LemPay out because they want.
Bring it to us, man. We're dying for it. Come on, man.
I am dying, honestly. We're coming, and I this is one I thought was be done about 3 weeks ago. So I'm shocked Terry's been able to bite his tongue this long, and I'll be honest with you, I'm biting it every single time I get online. But I will tell you guys, it's fantastic, and I don't want to ruin a good thing. But this is one that is going to change crypto almost as much as the transactions per second I've already announced out. So. Guys, we've dropped a lot of bombs today. Obviously, guys, Lem Arena, I kind of teased a little bit about that. That's going to be coming early part of 2025. We have a lot of fun things kind of popping around, guys. This is not over yet. We're just getting started. But I want to show you guys the versatility of all these projects and how you can bring them in and how you can interact with them and how they're going to function in a free ecosystem. And everything we're doing is all put back to the community. So I don't own any of these tokens. I do not own any of the NFTs. I have to go acquire them. This is actually something that I've made a commitment for, guys. I am in LemX. I am staying out of all of the underlying projects. Not quite. I am going to be purchasing all of the underlying projects through tokens once you guys put them up and going. It does not make sense for me to pile in. I want to leave that for the community at large. Plus, the community is about to get a lot larger, so it functionally makes more sense for me to go ahead and participate and play the game, just doing it differently. And I'll be doing it with Jake on the second and third dairy markets, trying to grab these tokens when you guys want to get rid of them. I know where the game's playing and I know where the game's at, so we'll go ahead and do it on the exchanges.
Speaking of exchanges, I think I heard a little birdie mention something about an exchange coming soon.
They will actually be announcing, I believe, tomorrow. So yes, I believe that we have to wait for them. That's kind of part of the rules. But yes, I actually believe that pops out tomorrow. If not, it'll be Monday. But I think the schedule is tomorrow.
Well, that was a great first hour. What do you guys want to talk about for the second hour?
We normally cut this thing off about 45. But I got Jake here. Let's do a fun little AMA. Do we have anybody here in the chats that have heard us talk and kicking around? And is there anybody here that has any questions about what we're trying to do, about the vision, about the picture, or have I offended anybody? Let's go ahead and have I missed a timeline they would like to go ahead and talk about?
Somebody asked a question about swapping. Ooh.
The question was, are swaps going to be available for the two new upcoming releases?
Yes, they are. I left the door cracked. So here's the dirty side about me. I've got too big of a freaking heart. I had a hard deadline. I told Jake I had a hard deadline. I had several large leaders that just barely found out about Lemon. And they got contacted by some old colleagues of theirs that were in a downline at that particular time. And they begged and pleaded saying, I have a whole group that has no idea what the heck is going on. And they wanted a week. I told them I will give them until I can't anymore. That door is closed, but it is cracked, meaning we're moving forward with the L1. I'm not pausing the L1. I'm not pausing anything we're doing. I'll leave the door cracked as we continue moving forward. So there are going to be opportunities to probably swap that into games. I don't know if Catfiz is going to be something that I'm going to be able to get approved on that, but I do know that Lem Games will have swap functionality to it. If that answers the question on that.
And these to mint one of the new ones like Catfiz, if you're out of swaps, you have to use a LemX to do it, correct?
1 million.
Pretty much from here on out, that's what you have to use to get those.
Our ecosystem believes in one thing: ourselves. So understand there will not be outside currencies, will not be outside stable tokens. This is us. Even for LemX, you're going to start seeing something change if and when we get Lemcrate out. You're going to start seeing some things right now that are actually going to start changing a little quicker. L1 is basically there is nothing in that ecosystem to work on anything except for LemX, period. I don't care if you're Mega Lemon. I don't care if you're an L2. I don't care if you're an L2 that's not starting with Lem. It will all work on LemX. Guys, this is how we are building this ecosystem because we believe in our own currency. We don't need to go in our own utility token. We do not need to go anywhere else for that. If I'm not doing my job, then guys, guess what? Price go down. If I'm doing my job, you're doing your job, price can't go down. There's not enough of it. So understand that if everybody's working together, we're all going to be very, very happy because it's impossible not to have a hard pinch on LemX if we are all doing and the sharing and utilizing of it. Even the products are, you're going to see with Lotto, it's going to be integrated with LemX. It has other payment service providers right now. It's going to be cut off and it's all going to go to LemX. Lemflix right now is, because it's going to be such a sharing item, that is going to be one you can basically use LemX and others to the underlying product. For raffle, LemX. For gaming, it has others right now. It's going to be shut off to only LemX eventually with adoption. And so understand we will be pushing everything to LemX, even the underlying products and services. You get a discount for the arena. We've already talked about using a discount for arena. You can buy your sodas. You can buy all your stuff. The hotel stays, you can use LemX for 50% of your hotel stays with Lem Travel. Oh, did I say Lem Travel? We've got all kinds of fun things, guys, that are basically popping in here and running. And this is the fun part of the game. This is part of building an ecosystem altogether. And so, yeah, guys, I just dropped so many things here that you guys are.
I have a question myself.
Yeah.
What do you guys have in place that will notify the community of a new project? Because obviously, if you're already lined up with 90 or 100 or 1,000 projects, people aren't going to want to try to go through the Telegram because it'll be 1 million people and you'll never get to where you need to go. Is there going to be like an alert that I can set that says Catfiz is now available to mint, something like that lets me know and I can jump on it immediately? How is that going to work?
Yeah, so once the website is up, which we expect here shortly, there's going to be announcements on there. There's also going to be announcements on the DApp that are going to be coming. And then we also have the integrated app that we're going to try to get out right before the L1, which will help with the migration. And that will have a built-in alert system in it as well. So for those that download the app, they'll get real-time information about all the latest announcements. We'll get back to newsletters. And that'll really help us communicate to the base a lot better than Telegram. And so we're very excited about that as well.
Lemon Tree.
Yeah.
Lemon Tree?
Lemon Tree is what Jake just described, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lemon Tree is, I asked Terry this and he laughed at me. It is similar to how easy it was back in the day, right? About a year ago when we were using, it was just easy. Right?
Same developers.
Big hug.
Yep.
Easier, Mike. Easier and better.
Easier because it's going to have integrated with it LemPay, so you can actually put a credit card right in there. You can buy your cryptocurrency directly in there. You don't have to go to a third party. You can swap it. Yes, this is the full vision of
onboard, offboard. Yep.
On offboard. You can link your LemPay account directly to it. You can go ahead and do all your settlements directly into your debit card directly with LemPay. Guys, this is going to be the easiness of onboarding individuals. If you just have a debit card, you can basically get all the way through.
Wow. How am I supposed to sleep?
I don't sleep.
Mike, did you get your lemon card yet? Or
oh man. As this starts to make even more and more sense, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Just when you think it's big, it gets bigger, and then you think it's big, and then it gets bigger, and you try to put keep your emotions in check. I mean, I don't even know how you guys thought this up. You guys, when you were little kids, you and Jake or Jake and Jason, you guys were probably sitting around playing Pokemon and Dungeons and Dragons and then thinking lemons the whole time, weren't you?
We did have a lemonade stand.
That's what I like to hear. Got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to find a photo if you got one. That'd be awesome. We
I'll
could
get my mom on that.
get your mom on
Yeah,
that.
if you two guys at the lemonade stand, that'd be fun.
Yeah, get a picture on the top, say how it started. You guys on the lemonade stand, how it's going, and put Mega Lemon below that.
There we go.
Might even be fun to have on the website, actually. Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool. Awesome.
So one of the structure things, guys, if you actually look at the roadmap, we are going to go ahead and do another roadmap. If you look at this roadmap, we're almost through it. Most projects do a roadmap for several years, guys. We gave you a project roadmap that physically will be done probably by the end of September, which means we're going to have to do another one. And I thought that would actually take us all the way to the end of Q4. If you actually look down there as far as timelines, we are flying right now. And so we have a few things that will be coming as well. We have our own decks and we have our own exchange that are right around the corner. We have a huge dev team right now piling through all of our wishes, wants, and desires. And some of our partners are bringing a lot of that tech with them, and they will be very strategic partners running it in that because they have the experience in that sector already. So if we can, understand where this is going to go, as you have the bank, you have debit card, you have all the payment processing, you've got immediate API for any websites around the world. Then you want any other crypto and you've had a problem with another exchange, guess what? You've got your own exchange, but take that too. So if the exchange is not available in your area, no problem. LemPay will be. So you can basically do your on and off boarding through LemPay, and you basically get into the exchange through LemPay. And so it's one of those nice stores, or you do it through Lemon Bank. Lemon Bank is going to be for the higher individuals. I will tell you that because I think I'm going to guess 99% of the individuals are going to find all their services they need in LemPay. The leverage, the time deposits, the large institutional products, that's going to go through the investment bank, which will be Lemon Bank. Everything else, you can actually do gift cards, you can do bill pay, you can do. In fact, Jake, do you have a share screen right now?
He probably not on his end. I don't think he can because we're not on his Zoom. Is there something you need me to look up?
Yeah, you want to get over to me, Jake? I can get it over to Healy too because he's the one hosting this deck right now. But I can.
Or you can just.
He hasn't told me what I'm sharing yet, so.
Come on, Jake. Read between the lines faster.
Jake made a little screen share of LemPay as it's functioning and running around, and so I was going to see if you could share real quick and just pull up on the screen, but we'll just wait a few more days. It's okay. It's right here. We're talking about an hour and 7. Is there any other questions we can get you all guys all excited about and run either on the blockchain validators or new projects or anything else going to happen in the month of August? Let's stay with August.
I think you covered most of these.
Yeah, for me, I'm just dying to get the validators live and see that test net kick the wheels, get ready for launch, do everything it needs doing there. I mean, that's the thing. I know all the validators are feeling the same way. They're dying for that part. So that's exciting.
Yeah. I think we're good. I mean, most of the questions you actually answered throughout while you were talking as they came through. And if somebody did ask a question, they could probably go back and watch the replay on this same link. And you answered it earlier before they did it. Can we get direct deposits through Lemon Tree app? Yes.
You get direct deposits through LemPay. Yes.
Beautiful.
LemPay does bill payment services. LemPay does cash remittance. If you don't know what that is, guys, that'll be basically you can. It's similar to MoneyGram. You can go ahead and have a cash pickup done for $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, $20,000. It immediately goes into your account and gets credited immediately for cryptocurrency. This is going to be huge for a lot of people around the world. It does vouchers. Basically, you can go ahead and if Terry owes Mike money, you can give him a voucher. Mike can go to his LemPay and physically go ahead and credit into his account from Mike's account. You can do outboard ACH. You can physically go ahead and use it and load it onto your debit card. You can spend it like your Visa anywhere. You can go to your gas station, go to the grocery store. Best part about it is if you have a business, you can do it all in one. You can have a business account set up for LemPay, then you have a personal account set up for LemPay, separate your expenses. It tracks all of your crypto transactions fiat for end of the year reporting. Now, this is going to be big for people because some countries are world like you to report every transaction. This will allow you to do at least the transactions that are inside LendPay for an easy, quick, one-touch reporting mechanism. We have another product coming out for outside wallets, like Lemon Tree. It is coming, and I'm hoping it's going to be coming sometime late third quarter, beginning of fourth quarter, so that you can actually use it by the end of the year. So understand that these types of tools and functionality, we understand what everybody's getting involved with. We understand some of the complications, and we want to make sure we stay compliant, stay safe, stay centralized, but make it comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Sir, when fiat go away?
Soon.
Someone's asking an interesting question. I'll let you decide if you want to answer. Is the Lemon launch official launch party slated for a Blockchain Live October event in UAE?
That would be. So the truth is, yes, it is right around that. We were trying to have it the week before. We are looking at 2 different facilities right now, mainly because we do have a large sponsorship in that. I think the largest and most recognized blockchain conference in the world, and I think it's more important if we can have 100 or maybe more people with lemon shirts running around that conference as for a major sponsor, and we'll be releasing the tech of the underlying blockchain, showing the world what it is, and I think we'll pick up hundreds of L2 projects in that one event. So we're going to come out of a nice launch. We'll tell everybody about the blockchain, and then we will be picking up a lot of business for the L2s.
Man,
what date does the Lemon Jet leave from the U.S. over to the launch party in October?
The only problem is that's a Mega Lemon project. So no, I'm just kidding.
We could sell tickets. We could raffle them. We could raffle the tickets in Lem Lotto.
You know what? Maybe we should throw something fun like that up. We'll do a private jet, private villa launch party week. Maybe that'll be a fun little lotto thing we can throw up here.
Even if it's like
honestly, guys. Honestly, guys, I will tell you, it's something that everybody should participate in the blockchain community and be out here for the blockchain conference anyway. This is one way to basically bring you out here and have a reason to be here other than that, which is your own community. There's a lot of things going on here. This is the place to be for blockchain, place to be for crypto. So hope I answered the question correctly. Yes, you're not wrong. Yes, we're still trying to figure out whether it's going to be in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. That is a source of money to figure out who's going to pay more or give more benefit to the funding of it, whether it's in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. I'm being as candid as possible. We are taking bribes, no, not bribes, but we get sponsorship dollars from these countries to run. So we're trying to figure out where the best financial sense makes to be. Since the event's in Dubai, it makes sense to be here if at all possible. If it makes more financial sense to be an hour out, then we'll be an hour out. So.
Beautiful.
Gotcha. Very close. All right. Well, gentlemen, we've had you for a long time, so we would all stay for a lot longer. But Jake, some closing thoughts from you, and then Jason will get the same from you. Healy, if you want to chime in.
Yeah, honestly, we're just really excited. It's been a whirlwind of a 90-day tour, so far, getting this thing up and going, and we're not done yet. We're just getting started. And so if you are enjoying what things have been, then just get ready for what things are coming and what they will be. So,
Healy?
I'm going to have to figure out how to sleep. That's all I got to say. So, yeah, that's that. This was great. Thank you guys. And again, shout out to you guys for obviously keeping everybody informed. And Terry, you have really, really carried the flag for a lot of people to get the community out there. And you big hats off to you, because I know you are not customer service, but you've been treated that way. And congrats. And same with you, Jason. Thanks for being open and answering all the tough questions in there with the group. And appreciate everything you guys are doing. Jason?
Close it out, Jay.
So, number one, I appreciate both you guys as well. I will tell you that we have customer service coming. So that's actually going to be here this week. So just so everybody knows, the customer service window will stop being Terry's personal cell phone number, and you actually go. But understand, I think sometimes we get so caught up in life. Everything has these, huge adrenaline rushes. This is the biggest rush, and great dopamine hit, fine. I agree. I have dopamine every single day. That's how I stay awake, and that's how I feel positive and just love life. But understand, we are literally under 90 days from the inception of this meme campaign into just changing a positive environment, positive energy, and changing your avatar to a lemon. So understand that in that time frame, we've now created a holding company with over 2.5 billion in assets. We now have all kinds of partners around the world. You've only seen 2 of them at this point in time. We have a lot more to share. And in this 90-day run, we have done this on charity. We've done this on devotion, and we've done this on a lot of friendships, and leaned on a lot of individuals that we've dealt with in the past to get us here. I want to thank everybody for that effort, and I can tell you right now, we are running strong, and I've never been happier and more excited about what's coming. I'll leave it at that.
Awesome.
I am too. Well, I can't wait to be linking arms in the Validator network and being nodes on the network, all of us together. So hopefully that's coming real soon. I'm pumped. I could not be possibly more excited about that. Oh, and okay, Lempei's up there, but we're almost there. We'll get it. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. It's awesome. Jake, please come join us more often. We love having you. Jason, thank you once again for all of your time and devotion. And hell yeah, the party's just getting started, friends. So take care. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks,
See you guys.